Ho Chi Minh City, formerly named and still also referred to as Saigon, is the largest city in Vietnam. It was once known as Prey Nokor, an important Khmer seaport prior to annexation by the Vietnamese in the 17th century. Under the name Saigon, it was the capital of the French colony of Cochinchina and later of the Independent Republic of South Vietnam 1955–75. On the 2nd of July 1976, Saigon merged with the surrounding Gia Định Province and was officially renamed Ho Chi Minh City after revolutionary leader Ho Chi Minh. The metropolitan area, which consists of the Ho Chi Minh City metropolitan area, Thu Dieu Mo, Bien Ho, Vung Tau, Dian, Thuan Ninh and surrounding towns, is populated by more than 10 million people, making it the most populous metropolitan area in Vietnam. The city's population is expected to grow to 13.9 million by 2025. The Ho Chi Minh City metropolitan area, a metropolitan area covering most parts of the southeast region plus Gia Định Province and Long An Province under planning, will have an area of 30,000 square kilometers with a population of 20 million inhabitants by 2020. According to the Mercer Human Resource Consulting, Economist Intelligence Unit and ETA International, Ho Chi Minh City is ranked 132 on the list of the world's most expensive cities. Etymology: Ho Chi Minh City has gone by several different names during its history, reflecting settlement by different ethnic, cultural and political groups. In the 1690s, Nguyinhucan, a Vietnamese noble, was sent by the Nguyen rulers of Hue to establish Vietnamese administrative structures in the Mekong Delta and its surroundings. Control of the city and the area passed to the Vietnamese, who gave the city the official name of Gia Định. This name remained until the time of French conquest in the 1860s, when the occupying force adopted the name Saigon for the city, a westernized form of the traditional name, although the city was still indicated as on Vietnamese maps written in Chan until at least 1891. Immediately after the communist takeover of South Vietnam in 1975, a provisional government renamed the city after Ho Chi Minh, the late North Vietnamese leader. Even today, however, the informal name of Saigon remains in daily speech both domestically and internationally, especially among the Vietnamese diaspora. In particular, Saigon is still commonly used to refer to District 1. Saigon. An etymology of Saigon is that Sai is a Sino-Vietnamese word meaning firewood, ops, twigs, palisade, while Gon is another Sino-Vietnamese word meaning stick, pole, bowl, and whose meaning evolved into cotton in Vietnamese. This name may refer to the many kapok plants that the Khmer people had planted around Prey Nokor, and which can still be seen at Khmer Temple and surrounding areas. It may also refer to the dense and tall forest that once existed around the city, a forest to which the Khmer name, Prey Nokor, already referred. Other proposed etymologies draw parallels from Tien Gon, the Cantonese name of Colon, which means embankment, and Vietnamese Saigon, a translation of the Khmer Prey Nokor. Prey means forest to jungle, and Nokor is a Khmer word of Sanskrit origin meaning city or kingdom, and related to the English word nation, thus, forest city, or forest kingdom. Trong My Ly says that, according to a Khmer chronicle, the collection of the Council of the Kingdom, Prey Nokor's proper name was Pria Reach Nokor, Royal City, later locally corrupted to Prey Kor, meaning kapok forest, from which Saigon was derived. Ho Chi Minh City, the current official name, Phan Ph Ho Chi Minh, adopted in 1976 and abbreviated TP. HCM, is translated as Ho Chi Minh City, abbreviated HCMC, and in French as Ho Chi Minh Ville, abbreviated HCMV. The name commemorates Ho Chi Minh, the first leader of Vietnam. This name, though not his given name, was one he favored throughout his later years. It combines a common Vietnamese surname with a given name meaning enlightened will, and Minh meaning light in Estland's, meaning light bringer. History. Early history. Ho Chi Minh City began as a small fishing village likely known as Prey Nokor, Forest City, or perhaps Prey Nokor, which, according to a Khmer chronicle, meant Royal City. The area that the city now occupies was originally swampland, and was inhabited by Khmer people for centuries before the arrival of the Vietnamese. In Khmer folklore, southern Vietnam was given to the Vietnamese government as a dowry for the marriage of a Vietnamese princess to a Khmer prince in order to stop constant invasions and pillaging of Khmer villages. The early dynastical entity was the Reeds of Khmer family, who dominated the region in the early Romanic period, until the Qing dynasty overcame the armies of Reeds of Khmer and General Bien in 820 BC. Khmer territory. Beginning in the early 17th century, colonization of the area by Vietnamese settlers gradually isolated the Khmer of the Mekong Delta from the Brethren in Cambodia proper and resulted in the becoming a minority in the Delta. In 1623, King Chaychet II of Cambodia allowed Vietnamese refugees fleeing the Trinh Nguyen civil war in Vietnam to settle in the area of Prey Nokor and to set up a custom house there. Increasing waves of Vietnamese settlers, which the Cambodian kingdom could not impede because it was weakened by war with Thailand, slowly Vietnamized the area. In time, Prey Nokor became known as Saigon. Prey Nokor was the most important commercial seaport to the Khmers. The loss of the city and the rest of the Mekong Delta cut off Cambodia's access to the East Sea. Subsequently, the only remaining Khmer's sea access was southwesterly at the Gulf of Thailand, e.g. at Kampong Saom and Kep. Nguyen dynasty rule in 1698. Nguyen Hucanh, a Vietnamese noble, was sent by the Nguyen rulers of Ho Chi Minh to establish Vietnamese administrative structures in the area, thus detaching the area from Cambodia, which was not strong enough to intervene. He is often credited with the expansion of Saigon into a significant settlement. A large Vauban citadel called Gia Thin was built, which was later destroyed by the French following the Battle of Kentucky Hoa. Colonial French era. Conquered by France and Spain in 1859, the city was influenced by the French during the colonial occupation of Vietnam, and a number of classical Western-style buildings and French villas in the city reflect this. Saigon had, in 1929, a population of 123,890, including 12,100 French. In 1931, a new region called Saigon Colon consisting of Saigon and Colon was formed. Saigon and Colon, meanwhile, remained separate cities with the respective mayors and municipal councils. In 1956, after South Vietnam's independence from France in 1955, the region of Saigon-Colon became a single city called Saigon following the merger of the two cities of Saigon and Colon, capital of the Republic of Vietnam. The Viet Minh proclaimed the independence of Vietnam in 1945 after a combined occupation by Vichy France and Japan, and before the Communist Revolution in China. They were led by Ho Chi Minh. The Viet Minh-held sections of Vietnam were more concentrated in rural areas. During this time, the U.S. supported France in regaining its control over the country, with effective control spanning mostly in the southern half and parts of the Red River Delta region like Hanoi, Haiphong and Tai Binh. Former Emperor Bao Tai made Saigon the capital of the state of Vietnam in 1949 with himself as head of state. In 1954, the Geneva Agreement partitioned Vietnam along the 17th parallel with the Communist Viet Minh under Ho Chi Minh, gaining complete control of the northern half of the country, while the Saigon government continued to govern the state of Vietnam, which continued in the southern half of the country and the southern half, gaining independence from France. The state officially became the Republic of Vietnam when Bao Tai was deposed by his Prime Minister Ngo Dinh Diem in 1955 in the referendum. Saigon and Colon, an adjacent city with mostly Sino-Vietnamese residents, were combined into an administrative unit known as the Tho Than Saigon, or Thu De Saigon. South Vietnam was a capitalist and anti-communist state which fought against the communist North Vietnamese and their allies during the Vietnam War, with the assistance of the United States and other countries. On 30 April 1975, Saigon fell and the war ended. Post-Vietnam War, and today at the conclusion of the Vietnam War on 30 April 1975, the city came under the control of the Vietnamese People's Army. Among Vietnamese diaspora communities and particularly the U.S., this event is commonly called the Fall of Saigon, while the Communist Socialist Republic of Vietnam refers to it as the Liberation of Saigon. In 1976, upon the establishment of the Unified Communist Socialist Republic of Vietnam, the city of Saigon, the province of Gia Định and two suburban districts of two other nearby provinces were combined to create Ho Chi Minh City in honor of the late communist leader Ho Chi Minh. The former name Saigon is still widely used by many Vietnamese, especially in informal contexts. Generally, the term Saigon refers only to the urban districts of Ho Chi Minh City. Geography. Ho Chi Minh City is located in the southeastern region of Vietnam, 1,760 kilometers south of Hanoi. The average elevation is 19 meters above sea level. It borders Tay Ninh Province and Binh Duong Province to the north, Thong Nai Province and Ba Ria Vung Tau Province to the east, Long An Province to the west and the South China Sea to the south, with a coast 15 kilometers long. The city covers an area of 2,095 square kilometers, extending up to Siuk I District and down to Cien Gi on the South China Sea. The distance from the northernmost point to the southernmost one is 102 kilometers, and from the easternmost point to the westernmost one is 47 kilometers. Climate. The city has a tropical climate, specifically a tropical wet and dry climate, with an average humidity of 78 to 82%. The year is divided into two distinct seasons. The rainy season, with an average rainfall of about 1,800 millimeters annually, usually begins in May and ends in late October. The dry season lasts from December to April. The average temperature is 28 degrees Celsius with little variation throughout the year. The highest temperature recorded was 40.0 degrees Celsius in April, while the lowest temperature recorded was 13.8 degrees Celsius in January. On average, the city experiences between 2,400 to 2,700 hours of sunshine per year. Political and administrative system. Ho Chi Minh City is a municipality at the same level as Vietnam's provinces, which is subdivided into 24 district-level subdivisions. They are further subdivided into 5 commune-level towns, 58 communes, and 259 wards. Politics. The Ho Chi Minh City People's Committee is a 13-member executive branch of the city. The current chairman is Nguyen Than Phong. There are several vice-chairmen and chairwomen on the committee with responsibility for various city departments. The legislative branch of the city is the Ho Chi Minh City People's Council and consists of 95 members. The current chairwoman is Nguyen Thi Quet Tam. The judiciary branch of the city is the Ho Chi Minh City People's Court. The current judge is Ung Thi Shan Hong. The Executive Committee of Communist Party of Ho Chi Minh City is the leading organ of the Communist Party in Ho Chi Minh City. The current secretary is Thin La Thang. The chairman of the People's Committee is ranked second in the city politics after the secretary of Communist Party, while chairman of the People's Council is ranked third. Demographics. The population of Ho Chi Minh City, as of the 1st of October 2004 census, was 6,117,251. In mid-2007, the city's population was 6,650,942, with the 19 inner districts home to 5,564,975 residents and the 5 suburban districts containing 1,085,967 inhabitants. The result of the 2009 census shows that the city's population was 7,162,864 people, about 8.34% of the total population of Vietnam, making it the highest population concentrated city in the country. As of the end of 2012, the total population of the city was 7,750,900 people, an increase of 3.1% from 2011. As an administrative unit, its population is also the largest at the provincial level. The majority of the population are ethnic Vietnamese at about 93.52%. Ho Chi Minh City's largest minority ethnic group is the Chinese with 5.78%. In District 5 and parts of District 6, 10 and 11 is home to the largest Chinese community in Vietnam. Other ethnic minorities include Khmer 0.34%, Cham 0.1%. The inhabitants of Ho Chi Minh City are usually known as Saigonese in English and Dan Saigon in Vietnamese. The Hoa, in addition, speak a number of varieties of Chinese, including Cantonese, Teochew, Hokkien, Hainanese and Hakka. Only a few speak Mandarin Chinese. The three most prevalent religions in Ho Chi Minh City are Mahayana Buddhism with Taoism and Confucianism, which are often celebrated together in the same temple. The Vietnamese and Han Chinese are strongly influenced by these traditional religious practices. There is a sizable community of Roman Catholics. Other minority groups include Hoa Hao, Cao Thai, Protestants, Muslims, Hindus, and members of the Baha'i faith. Economy. Ho Chi Minh City is the economic center of Vietnam and accounts for a large proportion of the economy of Vietnam. Although the city takes up just 0.6% of the country's land area, it contains 8.34% of the population of Vietnam, 20.2% of its GDP, 27.9% of industrial output and 34.9% of the FDI projects in the country in 2005. In 2005, the city had 4,344,000 laborers, of whom 130,000 are over the labor age norm. In 2009, GDP per capita reached $2,800, compared to the country's average level of $1,042. As of June 2006, the city has been home to 3 export processing zones and 12 industrial parks. Ho Chi Minh City is the leading receiver of foreign direct investment in Vietnam, with 2,530 FDI FDI projects worth $16.6 billion at the end of 2007. In 2007, the city received over 400 FDI projects worth $3 billion. In 2007, the city's GDP was estimated at $14.3 billion, or about $2,180 per capita, up 12.6% from 2006 and accounting for 20% of the country's GDP. The GDP adjusted to purchasing power parity reached $71.5 billion, or about $10,870 per capita. The city's industrial product value was $6.4 billion, equivalent to 30% of the value of the entire nation. Export-import turnover through HCM seaports accounted for $36 billion, or 40% of the national total, of which export revenue reached $18.3 billion. In 2007, Ho Chi Minh City's contribution to the annual revenues in the national budget increased by 30%, accounting for about 20.5% of total revenues. The consumption demand of Ho Chi Minh City is higher than other Vietnamese provinces and municipalities and 1.5 times higher than that of Hanoi. In 2008, it attracted $8.5 billion in FDI. In 2010, the city's GDP was estimated at $20.902 billion, or about $2,800 per capita, up 11.8% from 2009. By the end of 2012, the city's GDP was estimated around $28,595 billion, or about $3,700 per capita, up 9.2% from 2011. Total trade reached $47.7 billion, with export at $21.57 billion and import $26.14 billion. In 2013, GDP of the city grew 7.6% by Q1, 8.1% by Q2, and 10.3% by the end of Q3. By the end of 2013, the city's GDP grew 9.3%, with GDP per capita reach $4,500. By the end of 2014, the city's GDP grew 9.5%, with GDP per capita reaching $5,100. Sectors. The economy of Ho Chi Minh City consists of industries ranging from mining, seafood processing, agriculture and construction, to tourism, finance, industry and trade. The state-owned sector makes up 33.3% of the economy, the private sector 4.6%, and the remainder in foreign investment. Concerning its economic structure, the service sector accounts for 51.1%, industry and construction account for 47.7%, and forestry, agriculture and others make up just 1.2%. Quam Trung Software Park is a software park situated in District 12. The park is approximately 15 kilometers from downtown Ho Chi Minh City and hosts software enterprises as well as .com companies. The park also includes a software training school. .com investors here are supplied with other facilities and services such as residences and high-speed access to the Internet as well as favorable taxation. Together with the high-tech park in District 9, and the 32 hectares software park inside Tan Tuan Export Processing Zone in District 7 of the city, Ho Chi Minh City aims to become an important high-tech city in the country and the Southeast Asia region. This park helps the city in particular and Vietnam in general to become an outsourcing location for other enterprises in developed countries, as India has done. Some 300,000 businesses, including many large enterprises, are involved in high-tech, electronic, processing and light industries, and also in construction, building materials and agricultural products. Additionally, crude oil is a popular economic base in the city. Investors are still pouring money into the city. Total local private investment was $160 billion with 18,500 newly founded companies. Investment trends to high technology, services and real estate projects. As of June 2006, the city had 3 export processing zones and 12 industrial parks, in addition to Quam Trung Software Park and Ho Chi Minh City High-Tech Park. Intel has invested about $1 billion in a factory in the city. More than 50 banks with hundreds of branches and about 20 insurance companies are also located inside the city. The stock exchange, the first stock exchange in Vietnam, was opened in 2001. There are 171 medium and large-scale markets as well as several supermarket chains, shopping malls, and fashion and beauty centers. Some of the larger shopping malls and plazas opened recently include Maxmark, multiple locations, Satramart 460 and 3 Harbs Street, Ward 12, District 10, Ocean, multiple locations, Lot in Mart, multiple locations, Eon Mall Tan Phu Celadon, multiple locations, SC Vivacity 1058 Nguyen Van Linh Boulevard, Tan Phong Ward, District 7, 54 56 and Guyn Tri Street, District 1. Saigon Center 65 Le Lai Boulevard, Ben Nghe Ward, District 1. Diamond Plaza 34 La Duan Boulevard, District 1. Big C, multiple locations. Metro Cash Namp, Cary, multiple locations. Crescent Mall, Phu Mai Hung, District 7. Parkson, multiple locations. Saigon Paragon 3 Nguyen Luong Bien Saint Tan Phu Ward, District 7. Now Zone 235 Nguyen Van Cu Avenue, Nguyen Cu Trinh Ward, District 1. Cum Hoesiana Plaza 39 La Duan Boulevard, Ben Nghe Ward, District 1. Vincom Center 70-72 La Than Ton Street, Ben Nghe Ward, District 1. Union Square 171 La Than Ton Street, Ben Nghe Ward, District 1. Vincom Mega Mall, S161XA Lo Hanoi, P. Thao Thin, District 2. Bitexo Financial Tower, MS2 Ham Gi Boulevard, Ben Nghe Ward, District 1. Co-op Mart, multiple locations. In 2007, 3 million foreign tourists, about 70% of the total number of tourists to Vietnam, visited the city. Total cargo transport to Ho Chi Minh City's ports reached 50.5 million metric tons, nearly one-third of the total for Vietnam. New urban areas, with a population now of 18,382,287, Ho Chi Minh City needs increased public infrastructure. To this end, the city and central governments have embarked on an effort to develop new urban centers. The two most prominent projects are the Thu Thiem City Center in District 2 and the Phu Mai Hung urban area, a new city center in District 7 where various international schools such as Saigon South International School and Australia's Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology are located. In December 2007, Phu Mai Hung's new city centre completed the 17.8 km 10 to 14 lane wide Nguyen Van Linh Boulevard linking the Saigon port areas, Tan Tuan Export Processing Zone to the National Highway 1 and the Mekong Delta area. In November 2008, a brand new trade center, Saigon Exhibition and Convention Center, also opened its doors. Other projects include Headview, Waterfront, Sky Garden, Riverside and Fuji 99. Phu Mai Hung's New City Center received the first Model New City Award from the Vietnamese Ministry of Construction. In 2016, Ho Chi Minh City has started the Tan Cang real estate zone, under the investment of Vand Group in the inner zone of District 1, giving an old shipyard a new breath of life. The Vinhomes Can Hoi, Vinhomes Golden River and Vinhomes Thu Thiem have become the major living places of rich persons, celebrities and professionals.